Happy Thanksgiving. Andrea, coming live real quick. I have been doing a 40-day law of attraction challenge in a group. You guys, I posted some of the lives here as well. So maybe you've seen it, maybe you didn't. But I'm actually on the second time around now, and I'm on day 11. And I just wanted to come live in here to read it and talk about it really quick. Mainly because I was on the phone with my aunt yesterday, and it's so funny because exactly what we were talking about is what day 11 is about, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But let me introduce myself really quick. If you don't know me, my name's Andrea. I am a quantum manifestation coach and spiritual mindset mentor. I'm a mompreneur of four little ones, so 3 are outside with dad right now. One's sleeping on the bed. We got the turkey in the oven, laundry in the wash, and dad has to run out and get butter yet. So as soon as I'm done with this, that's what he intends to do, right? So I'm jumping on here to do this live. So I consider myself to be a super conscious creator and transformation accelerator. I help you awaken to your divine soul truth, find your purpose, and take your power back, guys. I believe that we are powerful creators, that we get to choose what we create. So I help moms and spiritual entrepreneurs specifically to overcome past programming, create routine and structure, and manifest abundance in our life, you guys. So time and financial freedom, because that's what it's all about, freedom. So say hello as you're jumping on. If you're watching this live, hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. If you are checking this out on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the little bell so you get notifications when I upload new content. Guys, check out my YouTube as well. It's Conspiracy Realist Universe with a capital YOU, because not only are we in the universe, but the universe is inside of you and me and everyone, you guys. And when I say universe, I mean God or source or universe or divine intelligence or infinite creator or mother source, Gaia, nature, Christ, Lord, whatever you choose to call the infinite eternal quantum field of pure creative conscious energy that is creating all things. It's an infinite field of light and information. What I believe it actually is love. God is love, okay? But here's the thing, all right? So with that being said, God is love. Day 11 of the Law of Attraction Challenge is all about life is meant to feel good. So we're conditioned to focus on the material world, and we're like, trained and conditioned to live in fear. All right, majority of people are in like fear and anxiety and overwhelm. We are below the worry line on the emotional scale, which is fear, anger, resentments, bitterness, overwhelm, anxiety, all the lower vibrations, you guys. God is love, right? And so I was literally on the phone with my aunt yesterday talking about this, and how if we're not part of the solution, we're part of the problem. The goal is to be like Christ or God or source or whatever you choose to call it. And that source, I believe, is our true divine spiritual nature, which is love. Okay? And it's a frequency. And when we vibrate on that frequency, we are one with God, the source, right? So the thing is, most people are vibrating on lower frequencies. Like I said, fear, anger, guilt, resentment, bitterness, right? Holding on to toxic emotions, we have thoughts every day that lead to these emotions, that lead to our decisions, and our decisions create our life. And so we get stuck in these loops of recreating the same thing over and over and over. And guys, that's the definition of insanity. Do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. Life is meant to feel good. So checking in with ourselves is super important. Like, how do you feel, right? On a day-to-day basis, what are your thoughts like? Becoming more aware of your thoughts, right? Because you cannot change that which you aren't aware of, but once you're aware, you cannot help but change. Becoming aware of your thoughts. Are they fear-based or are they love-based, right? Because God is love. So we want to vibrate on the frequency of love. And here's why. And this is exactly what I was talking to my aunt about, is that we are either creating heaven or hell. Heaven and hell are right here on this earth. They are levels of consciousness. And this is what I believe as a quantum coach. Quantum is the science of how your inner world creates your outer world. It's biblical, as within, so without, that our inner worlds create our outer world. Mindset creates reality. Everything is first created in the unseen spiritual realms and then made manifest in the physical. Okay, so This is why the world is the way that it is. Our internal worlds are a mess. We're living below the worry line in fear and resentment and anger and shame and bitterness and hanging on to things from the past, things that happened to us, things that have been passed down generationally, trauma, and, and we're creating our reality unconsciously. And I told my aunt, we are literally creating heaven or hell. The choice is ours, okay? So if we're vibrating on the frequency of love, we're one with God, the source. Fear is the opposite of love, which is the devil or Satan, which is really not something outside of us. It's a creation of the human mind, which is the mind of God, really. It's one mind or one body, whether you call it one mind or body in Christ, or one mind or body in whatever. We're one collective consciousness, right? So life is meant to feel good. When we vibrate on these higher frequencies, we're more connected to source, the unlimited source of energy and abundance and all things, right? That omnipresent, omnipotent field that surrounds us all. When we store our energy in fear and survival in the lower three centers, we are closing off our heart. So we're not feeling love. We're not in a space that we would want to create anything good from. It's right. Okay. So life is meant to feel good. And so I literally told her, like, it's our choice. We get to create whatever we choose, right? Okay, so we are either creating and manifesting hell or heaven. They are levels of consciousness. Even Jesus himself said, heaven is neither here nor there. It's laid out on the earth and man does not see it. Okay, the kingdom is within. If it's within, right, what does that mean? That as within, so without, right? So what frequency are you vibrating on? What are you manifesting into the world? When we vibrate on the frequency of love, we're one with the source, and that's what we're showing into the world, right? Most people are vibrating on the frequency of fear and lower vibrations, therefore creating hell on earth, okay? And it's so funny because that's what we were talking about. And day 11, life is meant to feel good. Life on earth is not some sort of trial that we have to get through. I remember reading the book by Jonathan Siegel many years ago, long before I knew of the law of attraction, which the law of attraction says that your mind is a magnet. You attract what you are, what you think, what you feel. Like attracts like, right? So if you have a positive mindset, you attract positive things. You have a negative mindset, you attract negative things. Your mind creates your reality, right? So it's just, we have all this unconscious crap and things that we're not aware of, okay? So we're not even aware of our power to create. So we're like, right? One thing I remember most of all from the book is that both heaven and hell are on this earth. When we live from emotions such as love, satisfaction, hope, and eagerness, our lives feel good like being in heaven. When we stay mostly below the worry line in feelings of doubt and frustration, anger and anxiety, life feels like a living hell. And that is what we create. But it's in our mind, you guys, okay? And we get to choose. So the question is why? Below, I'm going to share an excerpt from the book, How to Pray So That God Listens, that says everything I want to say to you today. And we have a little visitor here today. Aww. Hi. Oh. So Dad is supposed to be watching the kids outside and obviously let one inside. Really let one in. Dad, I need help. Help. Baby. Listen, look here, let's read. So the quote says, you see, when we appreciate the things we already have, it makes us feel abundance in our life. It's the Matthew effect, you guys. There's a scripture in Matthew that says, those who are grateful will be given in abundance, and those who are not, even what they have will be taken from them. Okay, so when you're grateful and you focus on the things that you do have to be grateful for, now you are given more. Why is that? Because we're energy, and where focus goes, energy flows, and what we focus on expands. What we give our time, energy, and attention to, we create. So if you're living in fear, you are literally serving the opposite side. You are creating that. Okay, so you are giving your energy to fear, to evil, and you are creating that, right? So we must shift. A miracle is simply a shift in perception from fear to love, you guys. That's all it is. Okay, so let's see where we were here. Talking about the Matthew effect, right? So basically you don't know what you have until it's gone. The Matthew effect tells us that when you feel good and you're grateful for the things you have now, that you'll be given more, okay? So most people are walking around bitching, moaning, and complaining about the things they don't have, focused on the things they don't want to happen. And then that's what you are actually giving your energy to. So therefore, that's what you're creating, right? So you see, when we appreciate the things we already have, it makes us feel abundance in our life. We feel good. And when we ask for more on that frequency of feeling good, God responds by sending us more things to feel good about. When we pick up a fuss, point fingers at others, and throw tantrums, God's system responds by sending us more stuff that corresponds to the way we feel. Exactly what I just said, right? Like attracts like. Your mindset creates reality. Your thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and emotions attract to you according to the frequency that you are vibrating on. Okay? And when I say God, insert whatever word you feel comfortable with. God, source, universe, divine intelligence, infinite creator, right? Lord, Christ, whatever that is, Mother Earth, Gaia, whatever you feel, right? Whatever resonates with your soul. So basically, but when we kick up a fuss, point fingers at others, and throw tantrums, that's when we're blaming, playing victim, and putting the power on things outside of ourselves, right? Did the baby wake up too? You woke up the baby. Oh no. All right, so these things that happen to us are supposed to be indicators that tell us that we're not in the frequency of love. So checking in with your emotional guidance system, guys, because we want to vibrate on the frequency of love as much as possible. I jumped on here, you guys. Dad was outside with the 3. The one was sleeping. I can hear clearly he is awake already. I just thought it was really crazy. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in synchronicity, divine planning, divine purpose. And I was talking to my aunt about this yesterday. We are creating heaven and hell. It as within, so without. It starts within ourselves. The kingdom of heaven is within. Okay. And so it's a level of consciousness that we must reach within ourselves. Christ is the level of consciousness, right? And we vibrate on that frequency of love. We're one with God, the source. And that's when true change and transformation really begins, you guys. Okay, so understanding that everything is energy and what we are giving our attention and focus to, we are creating. So you have the choice, I believe, to create heaven or hell here and now on this earth. Most people are living in fear, therefore their life is ruled by so-called Satan or darkness or the opposite, right? When you live in love, you are one with the divine source. That's your true divine spiritual nature. But we come here, we forget who we are, we start, we go through all these things, and we get attached to these toxic emotions and situations from our past, and all these beliefs that we learned in the individuation process that are not serving us. The beliefs that say that we're limited, that we're powerless, that we have no control, that we're not worthy, we're not enough, that we have to give, we have to look for something outside of ourselves. That's the old model of reality, cause and effect, right? We are now moving into the quantum, where we're moving more into spirit, into love, into being one. Again, moving back to our source, which is God, which is love. Whatever you choose to call it, it's love. And it's the highest frequency or vibration in the universe, because in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was made flesh, right? So it's vibration or frequency. We speak things into existence, okay? Everything's energy, frequency, vibration. So we're meant to feel good, and when you feel good, you're vibrating on higher frequencies, and you attract better things to you, according to the law of attraction, which is one of several universal laws, you guys. And so there was actually more reading, but okay, so I just want to read this really quick. God is like that. God does not play favorites. God's system is consistent. Whatever you put out into the field is what you get back, you guys. So being mindful of your thoughts, your beliefs, and becoming aware of the unconscious beliefs. Because like I said, you cannot change that which you aren't aware of, but once you're aware, you cannot help but change, right? So God's system is consistent and it's fair. You can count on it to work the same way every time with every one of God's children. And we're all God's children, y'all. So one thing that's different about God's love compared to human is that God holds love as a constant. See, that's the only thing. God is love as a constant. Us humans, we're not constantly vibrating on the frequency of love. Most of us are vibrating on the frequency of fear, if we're just being honest. The masses, the majority of people are vibrating on lower vibrations because we're trained and conditioned. Everything is around us is, look at the bad in the world, all these bad things that are going on, right? So you have to consciously choose to meditate on high things above, to set your mind on things above, meaning joy, love, peace, gratitude, right? And then So it doesn't matter how we behave, God never stops loving us. As soon as we change our attitude and make peace with where we are and start appreciating all the good in our lives, we start receiving the things that we have been wanting. The fact that we feel negative emotions is because we're not on the frequency of love, y'all. That's like, it's not that hard. Like, I believe this is not new age. There's nothing new under the sun. Like, it's not that hard. Love is the answer, literally. Like, what's so hard about that? Just love. The Bible talks, love everybody, like, love your neighbor like yourself. Doesn't say just love these people because of their beliefs, right? We're all spiritual beings having this human experience, and there's multiple paths, and I believe that all paths ultimately lead within, and that is where the real work must be done. It's a work within ourselves to reach a level of consciousness, which is to vibrate more on the frequency of love, to be more Christ-like, right? But it's not something outside of us, it's within. Okay, so the fact that we feel negative emotions is because we're not on the frequency of love. So that feeling is telling us that we need to change our perspective, that we are not thinking thoughts that serve us, right? It's not aligned with truth. Love is the only truth. Everything else is an illusion. Fear is an illusion, false evidence appearing real. Therefore, it's a creation of the human mind. Satan, we call it Satan, but we're creating it. You are creating heaven and hell right here. You have a choice, okay? And you can ascend right now to higher vibrations. There's a massive shift in human consciousness taking place, you guys. We're awakening to more of our full human potential, and that is what I help you do as a quantum coach. And so I'm going to talk about some offers that I have in a minute, but let me see if I can finish up here. So all we need to do is get on the frequency of love for things to start changing, you guys. And how do you do that? Well, the secret to change isn't to focus your energy on fighting the old, but on creating the new. You focus on a vision, because man without vision will perish. You focus on where you're going instead of what's behind you. Because if you are focused on things from your past and blaming people and playing victim, and then you are giving that your energy, and therefore you're still creating it. So the secret is to take your attention off of it, off of what you don't want, and put it on what you do want. Okay? So this is good stuff, guys. This is so much value here. Like, all we need to do is get on the frequency, right? And we do that by thinking thoughts that feel better. So thoughts that distract us from our unhappiness and direct our attention towards something that feels better. Like I just said, right? Our goal is to feel good. Life is meant to feel good, you guys, right? And it's Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Let me know what you're grateful for in the comments, you guys. Love and appreciate. That's a big thing in this book, right? It talks about finding the things that we can love and appreciate in life now. So this is why we see examples of people who never pray and are not at all religious, and they still get what they want, because these laws work for everybody, regardless of what you say your beliefs are. Like, there's laws, unseen spiritual laws. The law of attraction is just one of them, okay? So you see, it is about being happy, not about a ritual prayer. The happier, a prayer is any thought or word that you speak, that you send out into the field. It is literally a vibration. Your thoughts are vibrations. Your words are vibrations. Your emotions are energy in motion. And all that you put out into the field is mirrored back to you, you guys. It's an unseen law. Like, it just is. Okay, so whatever you're putting out, you get back. The happier we are, the more we receive, the happier we still become. The unhappier we are, the unhappier we get, unless we make a conscious effort to break the cycle. This is why bad things can happen to good people, because being good in the way society labels people as good or bad is not the basis on which prayers are answered, y'all. Prayers are not even like what you think. It's not begging and pleading, dear God, please help me, give me this, give me that, I want this, I want that, because that implies lack, and then that's what you're going to get. Right? So praying is, it's already done. Thank you. The emotional signature of gratitude, thank you, it's already done. It's already done. Setting the intention, making the decision, setting the intention, sending it off, letting go, letting God, right? Letting source, universe, focusing on your why and not being worried about the how. And it will happen for you, right? Everything is always happening for you. Everything is always happening for the highest good for those who love God and are called according to their purpose. So breaking that cycle, you guys, of the toxic thinking and the habits and the patterns and all the things, and blaming and playing victim and being with the negative mindset, right? So this is why bad things that are done. I said that already. Okay, so awesome, guys. That is day 11 of the 40-day law of attraction challenge that I'm doing for the second time around. And I'm moving actually access to that to my morning mindset and motivation calls. Hold on one second. So I'm going to just talk about my offer real quick and I'm going to jump off. I'm starting on this Sunday, which is just a couple days away, for $99, guys. Next Level Transformation Accelerator 30-day experience includes 1 live weekly coaching call and then a group coaching chat for clarity, guidance, and support, you guys. That's only $99 for 30 days. Next Level Transformation Accelerator experience, guys. It's going to be awesome. The link is actually up top. There's also a free resource called the map that I created. It's the Miracle Action Plan. You guys can check that out. It'll help you get really clear on what you want and write it out in such a way that you can begin to pave your mind to attract those things to you. Baby, I am, look. You see that? Say bye. And as always, I have my signature program as well. Total Transformation. How to shift your beliefs, overcome your negative mindset, and create a life of abundance. And if you're a mompreneur and you want support and you think it's not possible, I'm here to tell you that anything is possible. Do it with your babies, for your babies. Truth, love, and light. And have a namaste. All right, bye, guys.